In business, you have to have courage. I've met people who started out from scratch. They attended one conference on business, and within a year, they were in six figures. And by the way, that's $100,000. And there are some people who spend, 5 to 10 years dabbling, struggling, questioning, doubting, hesitating, and they're still not making money. So it's really about the courage to do something, to venture off. And, the fact that I quit my job was really helpful because I had no...
that forced you to do something.
Yeah, well,
if you quit your job, all of a sudden your income stream went to zero.
I had nothing to fall back on, right? We had one income from my husband. He was a student back then, so there was not a lot of money coming in, and it was my $500 income from web design clients. I needed something else.
I bet he must have given a little bit of forceful encouragement, shall I characterize it as, that Milana, I think you'd better do something to generate some income.
Actually,
sitting around the house and having coffee all day ain't going to work.
He was actually the only supportive person, to be honest with you, because my parents were really worried. They held jobs for decades.
Yeah, but you see, the older you get, because they're concerned about their children. I'd be concerned about my children, for example, if they weren't working or whatever. Well, look,
My mother called me every week to see if I have food in my refrigerator.
Did she send you any if you didn't?
She probably would have. No, but they all warned me. It was a perfect job.
Where are your parents living now?
They're in Baltimore.
Oh, so they're not that far away.
No, my family's in Maryland, and I have some family all over the states and in other countries as well. Yeah. You got to start somewhere. And the coolest thing about internet today, 2012, there's so many success stories out there. You don't have to feel alone. You can look at people out there and say, okay, they've made it. People tell me that they're inspired by my story all the time. And not because I'm some kind of a motivational speaker. I share my story, and I teach people how they can get started.
Isn't that motivates many people in business? They read a blog, they read an internet posting or an internet message, they go out and buy a book about somebody, whatever, they read that and kind of inspires them. Gee, if she could do it, or if he could do it, no matter what it is that they did, well, maybe I ought to give that a try.
That's true. Although I have to say that just buying a book is not going to make you money in business. You have to take action. And even buying 20 books is not going to get you money.
So it's not the number of books you buy.
No.
It's what you do with the books that you did buy.
Absolutely.
Read them, take the information, convert it into an action plan, I suppose.
And can a book change your life? Absolutely. The answer is yes. Can it really...
Well, books, I think, can change your life in one of two ways. It can be an inspirational type of thing, or a must-read, or I like to read about or hear about what somebody did, but then change your life from the standpoint of generating income.
Right.
Now, there's something I never thought of. For example, somebody might say, read the book, figure out how to do it, and
well,
build it from there.
A book can inspire, but it also leaves a lot of unanswered questions. And that's why I believe in coaching with my whole heart, is that when you get a coach, she or he can answer your questions. They can give you feedback. But most importantly, they can give you encouragement, because starting a business is a lonely matter. You can, there's a lot of people who don't believe in you. They don't believe in business, mostly because they don't believe in themselves, but they reflect it on you. And so what happens, you are alone. And, for the longest time, I've had a lot of doubters in my life. And it wasn't until I connected with my coach and then with other entrepreneurs in my industry that I started seeing, I started feeling like I'm a part of something. I am part of a group, and I started attending events and workshops and conferences, and all of a sudden I felt like I was part of a bigger movement of entrepreneurs. But for the most part, people start on their own, and it's very easy to get discouraged. Make sure you have somebody by your side who believes in you, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, because I can think of a number of small business clients that I've dealt with over the years that have heavily become discouraged. It's resulted in their business not doing as well as it should, and then some instances it's resulted basically in either going bankrupt, going out of business, or simply closing it down and moving on to something else.
Yeah,
the mind controls the body.
It does. It really does.
That's a scientific fact.
Yeah, it's very easy to give up, especially if you're somebody who, who's never done something that requires a lot of persistence and a lot of
But isn't that
work.
where coaching come into play, basically, in
it
terms
does.
of kind of positive feedback, positive reinforcement, that sort of thing, and say, keep going, you're making progress, but we need to work harder.
Well, the bottom line is nothing is going to work on the first try. Maybe you get lucky, but most people, you have to, something I heard that successful people fail more than those people who fail. Successful people fail more on their way to success, but they keep trying. They stick it out.
No, because they have the motivation, that sort of thing, to, well, that didn't work, but let me try another angle. Let me try it again.
Exactly.
And success begets success when they get it.
Yeah.
So what sort of parting words can you leave for our viewers?
Well, I'm just going to say that entrepreneurship is a very exciting journey. I have 2 kids, and I teach them. When they tell me they're not sure what they want to do in life, I say, you can do anything, but please do this for yourself as an entrepreneur, as your own boss.
How old are your 2 children now?
I have a 12 and an 18-year-old who just started college. So they watched me grow my business from zero, from scratch. I consult them both on their ideas.
Is it possible you might have a couple partners coming down the pike?
I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see. But it's really, it's something that allows you whatever lifestyle you want. And it can be scary at the beginning, but if you work with somebody, you don't have to pay for a coach. For example, you can get a buddy to work with, somebody who is another entrepreneur also starting out. There's a lot of opportunities for you to get accountability and encouragement. But bottom line, do not work alone. Get in with somebody that can support you, encourage you, and don't give up. Some of the most successful people are those who just stick it out and try something else when the first idea doesn't work.